I'm Jeremy Corbett. I don't know if you watched any of that show, The News, this week, but we've got a lot to catch up on. It's time for the show where we discuss the last 7 days. Welcome to 7 Days. With me, as usual, are 6 comedians armed only with their insight, their wits, and whatever they've got in those mugs. Let's meet the leaders of the team, shall we? And leading Team 1, it's this generation's Suzanne Paul. Please welcome Hayley Sproull. You do have a natural glow about you.
Thank you so much.
Very good. Who's on your team?
Well, Jeremy, if you are casting a bank ad for down on their luck first home buyers, do I have the cast for you? It's Alice, Sneddon and Joseph Moore!
And the leader of Team 2 was born in farmy Taranaki, but now lives in fancy Bay of Plenty. He's a real dags to riches story. Give it up for Ben Hurley!
Thanks, Jeremy.
Introduce your team, please.
Look, I've got a great team tonight on Team 2. One is a comedian and marriage celebrant. It's Donna Brookbanks.
Yes.
And down the end, he's ruined a lot of weddings by being that guy that holds onto a hug for a bit long. It's Josh Thomson.
All right, our first game is called Newsmakers. I'm going to show our team some snippets from the last week of news, and our teams tell me which story those snippets have been snipped from. Team 1, you're up first. Here's a clip for you.
Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. A turning point in history.
A turning point in history. Why is that in the news? Why is it a newsmaker?
I'm on board with this. I believe we've taken away the vote for women. Bit yappy. We've been going on for too long.
I think it's talking about the fact that I shaved my legs even though it's winter.
Yeah,
It's huge for me, yeah.
Have we finally exhausted all possible celebrities for Dancing with the Stars?
Impossible.
Turning point in history. Looking behind, a lot of greenery, and this was massive news this week about a big climate announcement. I think one of the initiatives is like everyone's getting an electric car. Is this it? Everyone's getting an electric vehicle?
Well, that's it. Yeah, well done, Team 1. We're all getting electric vehicles. Well, that's what we're told. The government's emissions reduction plan released on Monday included a scrap and replace initiative that promises Kiwis discounted electric vehicles if they trade in their petrol-powered car. And EVs are great, although some people are worried electric cars are dangerous because they're too quiet. But the lack of engine noise is usually made up for by the driver leaning out the window going, "It's electric, actually." No, it's the Model S, mate. It's the Model S.
I think it's so amazing that Jacinda's only taken 1 week off and the Green Party have just given everyone a car. Like, you get a car and you get a car.
So they're battery powered, I guess.
Yes.
What kind of batteries do they use? Because if I can't get to a charger, can I like go inside and pull out the batteries at the back of the TV remote?
What they have, Hayley, is they have really long extension cords.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, so you can drive like from here, say to Hamilton, on the extension cord, and it's like a vacuum cleaner. When you get there, you just go.
You just yank it.
The best bit's the end, though.
Do you guys hear the like, traditional petrol companies are also trying to catch up?
Yeah.
Like they're adapting their policies. Like, for example, BP, starting next year, will now be electrocuting seagulls off the coast of Mexico.
Yeah. Moving with the times. I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Guys, I've actually got a big climate announcement myself.
Oh. Wow.
I'm hot.
I'd love it if that was the only thing you said in the whole show.
The government has announced plans to make Donna less hot by 2050 using time.
And to be fair, you really do need to reduce your emissions.
I have to say, just overall, I'm disappointed that we're still trying to tackle climate change, because in year 6, my class did go and plant a few trees, and I'm really disappointed that hasn't paid off at this point.
We did. Oh my God, we did that when I was at school at once, and you had to like put the tree. You dig a hole, put the tree in, put a few of these pellets of fertilizer in, and me and my group were like, we're gonna have the best trees. And so we didn't put just a few pellets of fertiliser, we put heaps in. And then we went back to visit a year later, and just the only ones that had died were the ones we'd completely killed them with the fertiliser.
It wasn't the ones that the army blew up because it was a shelling range.
Yeah.
That was the ones we planted
Oh
in
my
Santos.
God, was this during the war?
That was my fault. Walked into that one.
I think maybe they've gone a bit far with this, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think the government should be investing exclusively in cars that are electric, you know? Like, what about cars that are systematic?
Oh my God.
Yes.
And
That haircut's giving you all sorts of confidence.
So I believe the farmers did pretty well out of this this announcement, right?
Yes, yeah, they did.
So why is that?
Basically, there are no implications for them at all, really. They haven't been asked to curb their methane emissions.
Because they're worried that people are going to stop drinking milk or whatever, and I've got a plan. Why doesn't someone invent a car that runs on milk, right? Now, that might sound insane, but a litre of milk is $2.60, which is way cheaper than petrol.
when you put some milk in your car and it won't start, you're like, what's going on? The AA guy comes in, he's like, mate, you've put bloody soy in a blue milk.
Corbett here, Corbett, he goes, I'll dip blue top, I think.
Hell yeah.
No trim for me.
All right, Team 2, here's a picture for you guys.
Okay.
Why is this a newsmaker? Have a look.
Oh, yes. I already know what this is. These are all the My Kid Could Draw That's that they found under Jeremy Corbett's bed.
Wow.
This is actually quite triggering for me, guys, because this is actually evidence from my court case where Jason Gunn accused me of stalking him. How will he know I love him if he doesn't read the letters?
Did someone steal the big table from the police station?
I mean, have you guys got any idea what this is?
I have a feeling I might,
Yeah.
only because I have been on the West Auckland community notice boards on Facebook recently.
Oh,
They've
yes.
been talking about how people's mail has been being stolen out of their
I've heard this
box.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's big problems. There's been mail thefts out of people's letterboxes.
Yeah, well done, Team 2. Police have seized over 1,100 letters allegedly stolen from mailboxes in Auckland. This comes amidst reports that mail theft is an increasing problem in the city's eastern suburbs. And this has actually hit me pretty hard, wreaked havoc on me. My personal life has turned to complete chaos without a magnetised notepad with the real estate agent's face on it. I go to the fridge and there's nothing there. What am I doing today? What day is it?
It's actually very hard to track. Like, so far, the police, the only idea that they've had is to stop the music and see who is holding the parcel.
Speaking of which, when we did Pass the Parcel as a kid, you unwrapped them all and then there was a present at the end.
Yeah.
Now there's a present every layer.
I know. Do you know what that is? Communism.
You always have a little present each layer, like a lolly.
Not in the old days.
Not in the old days, mate.
In the 90s, it was always a lolly per layer.
Well, back in the old days, of course, wrapping itself was quite a novelty, so we enjoyed it.
Well, it was newspaper.
My day, you bloody open one layer, then your uncle punched you in the face.
That's a good birthday party. Stories.
Like good.
Inside with a bottle of double brown.
My dad owns a house in Auckland, yeah, and some in other cities. I can't wait till he dies. And he got robbed, and he was out of town, but he installed security cameras outside the front. And I thought I'd do a funny prank. I was walking past it, and I didn't change my clothes. I didn't do anything. There was a broom out the front, and I walked up to right under the camera like this. I went. and took the broom and went hee and ran away. And then he texted the family group chat, shit, someone's stolen the bloody broom.
That's how smart you have to be to own multiple properties.
You know, I've actually had robbers come into my house, look around and go, nah, not for me.
By the way, I love that you call them robbers.
I installed. Hang on, I'll pull it up. I installed security cameras at my house, and I bought them from AliExpress. The instructions were very confusing, I won't do it now. But I was showing someone this thing, and like when you go to the playback, I forgot that it defaults back to midnight. Just because the start of the day, and I went, this is the photo of my lounge, and it was me, naked, walking to the thing with like a bagel. It's like the worst image of everything. It was like the
As long as you were holding...
What were you going to do with the bagel?
Well, it's midnight. I get to do what I want in my own time.
How were you...
It started off as a piece of bread. It became the thing.
All right, good round of newsmakers. Team 1 for scores. You can have the amount of funding New Zealand On Air gave to a controversial documentary about Chloe Swarbrick. $200,000. A decision slammed as tone deaf, but I beg to differ. I think New Zealand On Air makes great funding decisions and should keep doing so. Well done, New Zealand On Air. Team 2. You can have the price of a 1 kilo block of mainland aged tasty cheese at Countdown. Would you believe $21.50? Yeah, cheese price is up 27% in the last year, which means our first star on the sticker chart goes to Team 1! And of course, like every week, the team with the most stars at the end of the show gets a glorious prize from this week's news. And please join me in oohing at this marvellous plunder, cheese. You, folks, are looking at 3 expensive kilos of mainland tasty cheese that has been aged for up to 18 months. The combined value of this dairy-based bumper prize pack exceeds $63, which explains the heightened security in the studio tonight. Alrighty, it is time now for a game of Guess Who on 7 Days, where we invite a mystery guest from the news into the studio. And these panellists have to guess who it is. It's like the Masked Singer, but instead of singing, they say yes or no, and instead of a mask, it's a horrible sack. Let's meet this week's Guess Who guests, please. Keep going. 3, 2, 1, right there. That is great. All right, you can only say yes or no. Teams, you can ask questions. If you get a yes, you get another one. If you get a no, it goes to the other team. Team 1, you may begin.
Are you a child?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I know. Are you a ram raider?
No.
Oh, wouldn't that be a coup? Where did you park? Wherever.
Is your news-related news from the North Island?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's
I know. Winston Peters might be going for the Tauranga by-election.
Okay.
Okay. Are you a 75-year-old ex-deputy prime minister?
No.
That's a no.
Do your mum and dad know you're here?
Yes.
She's got maternal instinct.
Yeah.
Actually, Dad is right there.
Okay. This
All
does
right,
not
then.
feel legal.
Did you do something fun?
Yes.
You're good at this,
And
Joseph.
it's
thank
something fun, but not Ram Raider.
Okay, what do you get in the news for that's fun?
Ram Raider.
Fireworks?
Fireworks.
Let's find out if he's a big fireworks
Are you
guy.
a pyromaniac?
No.
That's what they all say, though.
Does your news story involve computers?
No.
No, yeah,
Hey,
no, it doesn't.
Can we
No.
confer before we go for the...
Hey, it's all computers these days, mate.
Not this, Tomo. This is real life. 3-dimensional actual stuff. That was a pretty big clue.
What?
Three-dimensional.
Three-dimensional actual stuff.
Is it something to do with Lego?
Yes.
Wow.
There you go.
Keep going.
Okay.
You're hot. Keep
Did he-
going.
He built a big Lego.
Did you build a big Lego?
Yes.
Okay. Did you build maybe the biggest something out of Lego?
Yes.
Yes, well done.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, what are some big things? Did you build a big mountain?
No.
That's a no.
Do that one.
14-year-old boy, did you build the biggest boob?
Is it a vehicle?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Did you build the biggest Mazda Demio?
No.
Did the vehicle you built have 4 wheels?
No.
It's no, no. 4 was not the number.
I'm talking long. This is a long.
Yep.
It's a long vehicle. He said, yep.
You ask him.
Did you?
Trains.
Train.
Did you build the longest Lego train?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce you to Alex Blong, who is 14 builds. Set the record for the most carriages on a Lego train, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, most carriages in a toy train.
A toy train. Oh, okay. And you built it next to, or you displayed it next to an actual train, and you had to make it move a certain distance or something to get the record.
Yeah, I had to move 10 metres.
And it did that okay. Wow, there it is.
Yeah.
Down at Britomart.
There's way more people on your train than the actual...
And you've actually made it in the style of the Britomart trains.
Yeah, so basically the Lego set, I had to build it from using only the parts. Ironically, looked like the Auckland Transport trains.
Oh, so it's a coincidence rather than you
How many
planning.
carriages did you have?
So that was 101 carriages.
How long?
25.
In this photo, it looks like your Lego train's about to mow down all those Lego people.
That was my granddad's job.
And how did you celebrate when you got did you know that you got the record while you were there? Was there an official that said, you've done it?
Oh, sadly not. No, my parents didn't want to shell out for that.
There's Dad. Wave, Chris. Give us a wave, Chris. Give us a wave. There he is. Old Scrooge McLego.
Wow.
Wouldn't shell out for his...
No world record, son, but you can go on a comedy show and put your head in a sack.
And it costs a lot of money. And how did you raise the money?
I have a small side business that basically raised some money.
Doing what?
What's your side hustle?
Selling Pokemon product.
Don't you do like openings of Pokemon stuff?
Yeah, so I've got like a live stream and I open Pokemon cards.
If you could tell me at 14 that opening Pokemon cards was a job, I would not be here.
Well, it's a good job, because how much did this cost all up?
Oh, north of 8K. I stopped counting after a while.
I spent $180 on a Fast and Furious Lego, and my fiance got so annoyed at me.
That is so much.
What did your fiance think?
I didn't have one. That's why I can afford it.
Any words of wisdom for aspiring Lego record breakers?
Yeah, just try your hardest, I guess. It's don't stand on anything. That's very
Give it up for Alex Blow. Thank you, Alex. You can leave. Thank you. All right, good luck with your future Lego endeavours, Alex. It wasn't just for fun. There is a star for guessing who you were. And yes, well done, Team 1. Let's be frank, you mostly watch television in the hopes you might win some free stuff. Well, how about $500 worth of Frank Energy? Sound good? Thought it might. You can win by captioning this photo. Check that out. Yep, it's a good one. It's on your screen right now. Text your caption and your name to 4088. Most crack-up caption, according to us, wins the big Frank Energy bucks. You can take another look at that photo on our 7 Days Facebook page, and we'll announce our winner toward the end of this very show. We're off on a short holiday while the ads play, and then another holiday when we're back, because we're heading to Club Toppana when 7 Days returns. Welcome back to 7 Days. Grab your bucket and spade, your boogie board and a book you don't mind getting sandy, because we're heading to the beach. Play the steel drum. It's time for Club Toppana. Let's head on down, people. Head on down. All right, a huge thank you to our sponsor and pineapple provider, the good people at Dole. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, but a pineapple a day gives the doctor a lay. Is that a saying? It is now. Inside this nutritious Dole pineapple, I have some stories from the week. I'd like to hear a little more about these stories. It's open to all teams. And begin with this one. OK, the long-awaited sequel to Top Gun premiered this week to rave reviews, many hailing it as the return of the blockbuster action film. What I'm looking for, though, is unlikely lines from an action movie.
I might be back. It just depends on how I feel later.
You may have kidnapped my daughter. Well, I have news for you. You knew exactly who you were dealing with. I have 0 fighting skills, 0 abilities. Wherever you are in the world, I will not be able to find you. Best of luck with my daughter.
The name's Bond. Nigel Bond.
Ella Bond, Nigel Bond. I do have to tell you that I have chlamydia, and so you have to tell everybody that you have slept with. So sorry, this is so awkward for both of us, Nigel.
Yes, I'll take a martini shaken, not stirred. What's that? You don't do a table service? OK, I'll come to you. OK, see you in a moment.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, sorry, I lost him. There were a couple of guys carrying like a big glass window across the road. So I thought I'd better stop and let them go past.
Hey, baby, I'm gonna make love to you, but I might leave my shirt on. I'm a little bit body conscious.
I was just thinking, like, there's heaps of us and there's only one good guy. Should we all just attack him at once, or are we just happy doing one at a time? Sorry. Just a thought. I'll join the queue.
All right, back to the dole. Here we go. Thousands of workers continued returning to the office this week. In the UK, there's a move welcomed by British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, stating people who work from home are too distracted by coffee and cheese. Enough about him. I'd like to hear some examples of bad office etiquette, please. Bad office etiquette.
Ooh, happy Monday, everyone. Who else needs a new septum, am I right?
There you go.
Okay. Reply all.
Better write something crack up in Stacey's leaving card. Smell you later, bitch. Ngā mihi nui.
Smith and Trevor's, this is Hayley. Oh, I'm sorry, it looks like he's having a little wank in his office. Can I take a message?
Oh, great. My new gaming keyboard has arrived. Oh, nice. Send.
Back to the pineapple for our next story. This is a story about a baby giraffe with a rare leg disorder was given a new lease on life at San Diego Zoo this week after being fitted with leg braces normally used for Paralympians. Hopefully the giraffe appreciated it. We've no way of really knowing. But if we did, I'd like to hear some examples of what we'd hear if zoo animals could talk.
Can I have like 5 minutes? I'm trying to take a shit.
Okay, guys, and the zoo is about to open. Everybody hide!
Hey, don't you hate it when you're trying to get ready to go for a hunt and like the mail line's like, oh, I'll just spend like 6 minutes with my hair, and more like 20. And am I right, lionesses?
Sorry, has anyone seen my clothes?
I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just a lot of fish. I mean, we're seals. Like, I know we're seals, but like just it's spaghetti or just a lot of fish.
What do you mean there's more than 2 elephants in the entire world?
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm so sorry to bother you, but your husband was looking at my wife's butthole.
It's rude to stare! It's rude to stare! Oh, is that what you want? Be a goddamn Instagram! Is that what you want? Huh? A dirty
Right, play the steel drums one more time. Make your way back, teams. That was good. Love Club Toppana for scores. Team 1, you can have the age of Darren Harrison. This is the passenger with 0 flying experience who landed a plane in Florida after the pilot passed out. 39 years old he is. And Team 2, you can have the amount the cryptocurrency market lost in just one day this week after the market crashed. $320 billion. Team 2 wins. Crypto investors lose. after you, Team 2. That was a great round of Club Toppana, almost as fresh as the fresh taste of Dole pineapples, as delicious to taste as they are horrible to hold. Pineapples. We're going to take a break, as is our God-given right. You stay right there, and we'll be back with Good News Battle on 7 Days. Everyone's a critic these days. No, seriously. Send your frank feedback about 7 Days to this email address. Stay tuned for how we use it. Could be a laugh. Welcome back to 7 Days. Now, if I were you, I wouldn't look outside. The world is on fire, figuratively and quite literally in some places. Sometimes it feels like we as a people are without hope, each day doomed to more dreary than the last. That's until a good news battle comes along. I've tasked our teams, our players, with scouring the papers to find whatever tiny morsels of good news they can. Goodest news will win them a start. Let's start with Team 1 and Alice. Coming to you, what good news do you bring?
Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. I brought the best news from the week, the goodest good news.
Great.
Ever heard of youth? Don't you wish you could relive it?
Oh.
Well, good news is you can
What?
if you live in South Korea and are South Korean. So basically what's happening is South Korea is getting a new president, but the good news doesn't stop there. He is coming in and his new policy is everyone is going to be 1 year younger.
What?
That is a vote grabber.
Isn't that amazing? Because I really miss being young enough to be doing well for my age.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it's incredible. South Korea has like a different age system, and now they're going to join the international age system.
Because they include the months you're in the womb.
They include the months you're in the womb, and then also you turn 1 year older every new year, not just on the day that you were born. So if you're born on like New Year's Eve, then you can be like 2 years old by the time you're 1 day old.
What? That is a ridiculous ageing system. I think we've been backing the wrong Korea this whole time.
It is bad news for that one guy who was like set to retire. He was like, back to the mines, buddy.
Can you choose what year you lose? Because 2010 I did some things and
Let's head over to Team 2. Josh, did you bring any good news, sir?
You're goddamn right I did. I've got some great news. Next week on the 26th of May, I'll be appearing in a movie called How to Please a Woman.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a great time. It's not a porno. It's a great time to get back in the cinemas.
It's a porno.
It's not a porno. And it's a great time to
Is it a
get back.
doco?
It's
Do you take your clothes off?
a little bit.
Can you do it? Porno.
Do other people do that?
Other people do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
People bring their
me.
children to it? Or are you going to be naked the whole time?
Is it like only a few minutes long?
Yeah.
No, okay, wait a minute.
Do you stand in a little room and pay money to watch through a little hole?
Are you kind of an example in the movie of how not to?
Yeah.
I love this game.
No, this is a good game. This isn't what I meant to be talking about. I thought I'd throw it in. It's really backfired.
Josh, it's so cool that you got to promote the movie to these people and no one watching TV.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure they'll leave it in.
Tomo, I know you've got a movie coming up. Have you got anything to balance that with some good news?
Yes. Now, wait a minute. I've been tricked again. How to Please a Woman, 26th of May. I've got some great news.
Great.
There's a horrible war in the Ukraine.
What?
And,
It's not.
No. So there's a restaurant called. I've started badly. There's a restaurant called McDonald's.
Yes.
They have burgers and stuff.
restaurant.
And they're pulling out all their restaurants from Russia. So to really teach them a lesson, so there's not going to be McDonald's in Russia anymore. So take that, Putin. But the Russian military feel very hard done by this because they say that McDonald's has actually killed more people than they have. And so now McDonald's is their new golden arch enemy. Their logo.
Very good. But well, you're not going to win.
Well, okay.
I'm enjoying this.
This is true. The franchise Russia is planning to replace the franchise with a place called McPutin's, where every meal is a happy meal.
Yeah.
Because you're just happy to get a meal.
It's good news that McDonald's trying to punish Russia for going to war by withdrawing their restaurants. Well done, McDonald's.
Yeah.
So there's going to be no McDonald's in Russia whatsoever?
No.
This is the last thing we need, healthier Russians.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stronger than before.
I mean, they haven't even spelled it right.
Move on. We're going back to Donna.
Thank you, Joseph.
I have great news, Jeremy.
Great.
I have great news.
Good.
Okay, so there was this guy born in Peru with no hand.
Oh. Your team really likes to challenge yourself, don't you? Start with a big downer and then...
Oh yeah, I'm building up.
Okay.
But he was a really big fan of Star Wars, and because he had a lot of time on his hands being a virgin and
Didn't
all...
have hands.
Yeah, time on his hand. Sorry.
Anyway, he spent a lot of money and time going to university and learning how to make a hand out of plastic bottles, which was really cool because at one point he looked under the cap of a bottle and he won a Coke.
Is that him?
That's him.
Wow.
No, Jeremy, it's another guy with a plastic hand.
That's my story, isn't it great?
That is a good story. I love that story.
I'm amazed that he watched Star Wars and was inspired to build his own hand. Like when I watched Star Wars, I was just inspired to kiss my sister.
I'll hear him out.
All right, back to Team 1 now. Joseph, what's your good news, please?
Well, I haven't read much news this week, Jeremy, because I've been busy doing what I do most days, respecting women.
Yeah.
I did come across one beautiful story about women's health issues.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to me and letting me speak.
Tell me all about women's health issues.
Okay, in Spain, they have passed a new law which lets women take 3 days off a month for what they're calling menstrual leave, or as they call it in Spain, menstrual leave. They really care about women's health issues in Spain. You know, like in Spain, you're allowed free IUDs, or as they call them there, IUDs. But I would like to offer this advice to the women of Spain. Like you do with most leave, I would recommend saving it all and having one big period at the end of the year.
That's good news.
Thank you.
But I've heard sometimes it can make women, this is one of the side effects, a little bit upset. And
So
one
what's
thing-
upset? What, sorry, upset?
Sometimes women can get upset a little bit. And,
Do you mean emotionally? Or
Yeah,
physically?
Do you mean premenstrual tension?
I'm sorry, are you saying that? Sorry.
Sorry.
What exactly are you getting at?
Joseph brought it up.
Why are you yelling?
Ben's gone. Ben's not going to help you.
Is it over?
I'm sorry, it's my fault. I came to work with my period and these two have synced up.
What have you done?
I'm sorry.
Okay, no. Finish your generalising and stereotyping.
I'm just saying, if people are women are upset, one way to please them is to take them to the movies next week, the 26th of May.
Well, I call it good news battle, but really it was a great news battle, wasn't it? Very hard to choose, but I have to. It's my job. It's why I get the big bucks. Congratulations, Team 1, a star for you. Team 2, don't know why you bothered. We're going to take a break now. You can walk around your living room 20 times to get your steps up for the day. We'll see you right back here for Quiz 3 Never Repeats. Show. So far, we've done a serviceable job covering the last week of news, but would you believe it, news also happened in other years. I'm going to quiz our teams on that old news with a round of Quiz 3 Never Repeats. It's trivia time, folks. Get your whiteboards ready. Here we go. We begin with 1870. On this week in 1870, what did 200 people gather to watch in Nelson? Get drawing. Born in 1870, Vladimir Lenin, founder of the Soviet Union. Don't know how that's going. The construction of the Brooklyn Bridge began in New York City. Mark Twain published The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Ben, on this week in 1870, what did 200 people gather to watch in Nelson?
Guys, I've got this. 1870, it was the start of the first Kiwi build house.
How's that going?
Yeah, they've got up to 12 now.
Donna, what do you have?
Kate Shepherd flashed her boobs. Is that wrong?
It is wrong. Put put your board down.
The way you're holding it up, it makes it look like they're your boobs.
Tomo, on This Week in 1870, what did 200 people gather to watch in Nelson?
They were very early for the first screening of How to Please a Woman. Which actually opens next week on the 26th of May. It's a great movie.
Now, this is not a baguette, it's a rugby ball. Wasn't this the first...
Well done, Hayley. Yes, it was the first ever game of rugby in New Zealand. Nelson College played their fierce rivals, the Nelson Football Club, at the Nelson Botanic Reserve. And the very next day, they allowed immigration from the Pacific Islands, so the second game wasn't so boring. Clean your boards. We are moving to 1962. On this day in 1962, what sexy gift did the US president get for his birthday? 1962, the first ever Taco Bell opened in California. The Filet-O-Fish was first sold in McDonald's, and the reason they had a Filet-O-Fish so that Catholics who weren't eating meat on Fridays during Lent could buy something. So McDonald's, clever outfit, moves with the time and out of Russia. All right, we'll go to you, Ben. On this day in 1962, what sexy gift did the US president get for his birthday?
He was given Puerto Rico.
Very sexy.
That is a very sexy gift and very good, but not the answer I have. Donna.
Was it a free pass to the White House?
On Queen Street.
Tomo, in 62, what sexy gift did the US president get for his birthday?
That was JFK. So was it a bulletproof hat?
Unfortunately not. Joseph.
I think if this is right, the Soviet Union put a temporary pause on the Cold War to give him the hot and steamy war.
Yes, Alice.
This. Marilyn Monroe.
Boom! You are absolutely right. Give Alice a round of applause.
Yeah, give me a round of applause.
It was a lovely little song, and we all know it, specifically the song Happy Birthday, sung to him live on stage by Marilyn Monroe. Don't do it to your friends. It's horrible. He was quoted as saying, if I died right now, I'd be a happy man. Unfortunately, he'd have to wait another year. Too soon? All right, we go to 1981, so get your boards clean, get ready. On this week in 1981, why did the Pope have a really bad day? 1981, MTV began. First music video shown being Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. And that turned out to not be true because we still have radio stars. Well, announcers. Ordinary People won Best Picture at the 1981 Academy Awards, and the first ever ATM was introduced in New Zealand. I don't know who they introduced it to. There you go. All right, 1981, why did the Pope have a really bad day? Any ideas? Hayley, can you help?
It was a classic red sock in the wash.
Oh, imagine that.
Looked pretty in pink, though.
Yeah, would look cool, wouldn't it? Alice, do you have any idea?
Pregnancy scare.
Joseph, what do you think? On this week in 1981, why did the Pope have a really bad day?
I think I know this one. Someone vaped out the Vatican window and everyone thought he was dead.
Time for a new Pope. Right, on this week in 1981, why did the Pope have a really bad day, Ben Hurley?
Well, he was shot at 4 times, but they all missed.
Yeah, well done. Give him a round of applause. It's good. He was shot 4 times by a hired assassin during a public appearance in Turkey. You might say he poped a cap in his ass. All right, brilliant round of quiz 3. Team 1, you're easily the smartest. A big star for you. Congratulations. I need you to focus and pay attention in this ad break because we are going to announce the winning caption for this week's Let's Be Frank competition. We'll be right back. The perfect Beat the Ding on 7 Days. See you soon. Beat the Ding, where I ask the panellists to give me a list very, very quickly. Is this related to the news? Only very loosely. But it is fun to watch them struggle, so let's do it. And each successful attempt earns a star. The dinging is going to commence. Here we go. Story 1. This week, Nepali woman Laka Sherpa broke her own record when she climbed Mount Everest for the 10th time, the most of any woman ever. Ben, you have 15 seconds to name 10 mountains. 15 seconds, go.
Mount Taranaki, Mount Tarawera, Mount Ruapehu, Mount Ngarahoe, Mount Everest, K2, Aorangi Mount Cook, Mount Eden, and Mount Albert.
Did we get 10? It's 9. One more, go.
Mount Mangere.
Well, pay it. You get it. Well done. Ben Hurley. That was good. That was a tough one. This week, actor James Cromwell glued his hand to the table of a Starbucks in order to protest the non-dairy milk surcharge. Hayley, you've got 10 seconds to name 6 non-dairy milks. Go.
Cashew, oat, almond, rice, paper, cheese.
I was waiting for rock, scissors.
I haven't drunk dairy milk in 10 years. I would have thought I'd done better than that.
You're great. That was very good. Give a round of applause. Very good. No star, I'm sorry.
Honestly, it's horrifying watching this.
This week, the 2022 Eurovision Song Contest took place with Ukraine taking up the competition. Donna, you've got 12 seconds, but I want you to name 7 countries in Europe, and you have to say the country name in the accent of that country. You have got 12 seconds. Go.
Italia, Espanol, England, Welsh, Scotland, Germany.
One more.
Ireland.
I don't know. It's pretty good. I'm going to pay it. Next story, an Auckland family made the news this week for being in a decade-long court dispute over a $250,000 lotto win. Alice, you studied law. You should be good at this. You have 10 seconds to give me 5 phrases lawyers say in a courtroom. Go.
Objection, may it please the court. It wasn't me. It was them. Can I approach the bar?
Dang, I think you've done it. You've done it, yeah? Wait. I think you got enough. But no. If your lawyer does say it wasn't me, get a new lawyer.
Do they not say I want the truth?
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah. I can't. It was so long ago. I can't remember.
Did you ever appear in court as a lawyer?
No, not as a lawyer.
Okay. Great stuff. All right, well done, Alice. This week, a fishing crew in Auckland was fined for catching 45 times the limit of snapper. Josh, you have 10 seconds to name 8 things from a fish and chip shop menu. Go.
Snapper, teriyaki, gurnard, squid rings, crab stick, pineapple ring, donut, fish fingers.
Let him go!
I've just done the first panel.
Yeah,
my way across.
You still have 3 seconds to go. You did it in plenty of time. Josh Thomson, you give yourself a star. Next story, rapper J. Cole warmed the hearts this week after turning up to a fan's university graduation. Joseph, rappers are known for their admiration of the female bottom. You have 10 seconds to give me 6 other names for the female bottom.
Ass. Badonkadonk. Bounce, 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 and me likey.
What a price to pay. You get a star, but you have been cancelled, my friend. Congratulations. And that is all the dingers we have for tonight. Let's take a look upon that sticker chart one more time to find out who wins that 3 kilos of tasty cheese. Congratulations, Team 1. There you go. You have won. Don't eat it all at once. That was 7 Days Tonight. Please join me in thanking our panellists this week. Hayley, Alice, Joseph, Ben, Donna and Josh. We'll see you in 7 days on 7 Days. Good night.
Hey, thanks New Zealand on air. Thanks for... Hey, thanks for New Zealand on air.
New Zealanding on air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks New Zealand on air. Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Fuck! How to please a woman next week to